Praey for the Gods is an action survival title from No Matter Studios, a 3-man indie team who've spent the better part of the past 4 years developing the game. At first glance, it would be easy to dismiss it as nothing more than a Shadow of the Colossus clone, but that would be doing a massive disservice to the impressive depth the experience actually offers. Washed up in a vast, frozen landscape, you scavenge resources and gear to survive, all in the effort to eventually track down and hunt a series of enormous ancient beasts. There's a loose mystery surrounding why this world might be locked in a perpetual winter too, but the core focus is primarily on those two pillars, survival and the bosses. On the survival side, No Matter have drawn heavily from the best parts of titles like Breath of the Wild, with the open traversal mechanics and the dynamic 1 + 2 = 3 systems, like striking fire with a club to create a temporary torch. It's all there and suits the genre perfectly. On top of managing hunger, warmth and rest, you'll want to buff yourself as well by finding totems either in the environment or completing puzzles, which are mostly contextual and excellently designed. That can be said of the world building and exploration in general. It never feels like wasted time, with derelict settlements or icy caves full of useful loot to be scavenged. The atmosphere No Matter have cultivated is brilliant, with a sweeping soundtrack and such care taken in the subtle details, from your footprints in the snow to the way the camera slightly drifts to frame the level design or an important moment. It really sells the depth and scale of both the world and the second core gameplay pillar, the bosses. Not only are these hulking beasts enemies to be defeated, but they're part of the environment as well. Battles involve a combination of boss climbing and dodging attacks, and there's an almost platformer-esque timing in seizing the right moment to let go and briefly regain stamina before the boss has a chance to fling you off. The variety and challenge in these encounters is great, although I would have liked a little more leeway with regard to the survival mechanics during these moments, but this is something I'm sure will be tweaked in the coming months. This is an early access title, and it shows most in performance, where I couldn't get the game to hold a consistent 30 FPS, let alone anything higher, even on the lowest settings. Granted, I only have a GTX 1060, which is still above the recommended requirements, but on a higher end rig, your mileage may vary. Regardless, it's still impressive how polished the overall experience is at this stage, and although it doesn't feel like an early access title, the devs expect it to be for the next 6 to 12 months. These flaws are to be expected, and the question is whether or not the gameplay and experience on offer is worth the continued investment to iron them out. In Praey for the Gods' case, the answer is a resounding yes. The game is available now through Steam Early Access, with plans to bring it to Xbox One and PS4 sometime this year.